What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the Russell Cage Experience right here on YouTube. And actually, I'm going to be making actually a couple videos here. This first one, I told Johnny Mac that I would be getting to his video, getting to his questions here. That's what this first video is going to be. And I actually got a chance to watch SmackDown last night. So I'm going to give you my SmackDown review for August 1st, 2008 in the next video. And I'm thinking about doing another video in regards to some things that were brought to my attention on my life update video. If you haven't had a chance to look at that, I can either, well, if you haven't had a chance to look at it, just go to related videos or other videos posted by this user and check them out, which is actually on this side now that I think about it. But anyway, topic at hand, Johnny Mac attack. He had two questions for me, and the first question was, who, in my opinion, is the world's greatest wrestler? And it's kind of hard to single out just one, but since I guess I kind of had to, I'm actually going to go with the one and only Nature Boy. Woo! Ric Flair. That's right. That's your wife, fat boy. Anyway, big, sexy. That's for you, Greg Manor. Anyway, world's greatest wrestler has to be Ric Flair. Considering all the stuff that he's done in professional wrestling, and he was he was the only inducted Hall of Fame member that was still an active member of the WWE roster. He's been world champion on numerous occasions, 16 times. I mean, and he's wrestled some of the greatest wrestlers. Dusty Rhodes, Sting. He wrestled with the Four Horsemen. He wrestled against Shawn Michaels. He's wrestled against The Rock. He's wrestled against Triple H, Undertaker. A lot of the greats in the company, in the business and all that, he's wrestled them. So, when it comes to world's greatest wrestlers, I consider Ric Flair probably the world's greatest wrestler. Now, keep in mind, I've not been able to watch any, like, overseas promotions and stuff like that. So, I mean, but Ric Flair's lent a lot to this company. Another person probably that's lent a lot to this company is and this is up for argument, but is Hulk Hogan. He kind of helped in the early or late 80s, early 90s with WWE, or then WWF, kind of helped get them, with Vince McMahon and all that. So, but my one greatest wrestler would have to be the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. The next question he had for me was, who are my top 5 active wrestlers that I like right now? And I don't know if I'll mention this in my SmackDown review, but well, I probably will since it was a match. My first one, and this is in no particular order, like number 1, number 2, number 3, that sort of thing. I'm just going to give you my 5 favorite active wrestlers right now. First one goes to Mr. Kennedy. Mr. Kennedy, he's actually become the face now, and if you watched SmackDown last night, you've seen that. It's quite entertaining, to be honest with you. He let the crowd do the Kennedy thing the first couple times, then he done the Kennedy thing himself on the turnbuckle. But he's a great entertainer, whether he is a heel or whether he is a face. He's a great entertainer. His promos will strike some sort of emotion in you. At least I hope it would, because I know it does for me. And his wrestling, he's a phenomenal athlete. And the same thing goes for my next person, John Morrison. And I'd kind of like to see him in a bigger role, I guess you'd say, in ECW. I'd like to see him away from this Hornswoggle Finley thing, because I don't, well, I should say the Finley aspect of it, yeah, it's helping him because Finley's a good wrestler. He's a great wrestler. But on the other exchange, you got Hornswoggle, which, bless his heart, he's really just a comedy act right now. But John Morrison and Mr. Kennedy are the first two. The next one, and he's actually not been wrestling here lately, so I don't know if you consider, considering this, but it would be Elijah Burke. Elijah is another one that I think should be kind of in at least a bigger mid-card role on television, to be honest with you. He's a gifted athlete, him and Shelton Benjamin, as are all the people that I have as my 5 wrestlers. They're all phenomenal athletes, and deserve better than what some of them are getting right now. I'll put it that way. My 4th one would have to be Kofi Kingston, and he's, he has the jolly attitude, going to the ringside and all that, this, that, and the other. But once he gets in there, he's serious, and you can tell it on his face. You can tell it by, you can tell it by, you can tell he loves what he's doing by the way he wrestles. And my 5th one, believe it or not, is actually Paul Burchill. And this is kind of after I've seen some of his stuff from overseas that somebody told me about, the Burchill monster moments and all that. I'm really digging Paul Burchill as a wrestler now, and I'm looking forward to this Kofi Kingston Paul Burchill feud that they've got going for the Intercontinental Championship. So as far as the top 5 active wrestlers goes, if you want to call it that, Mr. Kennedy, John Morrison, Elijah Burke, Kofi Kingston, and Paul Burchill. So, Johnny Mac, I hope that that answers your questions. And I will actually ask you all the same thing, all my subscribers. Who's your favorite, or who do you think is the world's greatest wrestler? And who are your top 5 active wrestlers that you like watching right now in wrestling? I know mine was filled with all WWE guys. It doesn't have to be WWE guys. It could be Ring of Honor guys. It could be TNA guys, New Japan Pro Wrestling guys, wherever. It doesn't matter. So just post them in a comment, or if you make videos, leave it as a video response too, because I'm allowing those on my videos. And I hope you guys are having a great weekend so far. So I'll get to my SmackDown review here shortly. And take it easy.